Yes, sir. Man, they're coming through early today. Woo. Yes, sir. Happy New Year. You know what this is. The warm-up. Let me say hi to my people. Listen to me. Listen to me. 2022. Man. Designated Reports weekly NFL pregame show, the warm-up, hosted by me, Jay. You can find me individually at jdot.jpg on IG. Make sure you're following us. Everything that we're doing. We got it all covered in 2022, baby. I'm a little under the weather, but above the ground. So blessed and happy to be here. Happy to be in 2022, and hope you are as well. Man, people coming through. Happy New Year. When I say hi back. Hit them with the emoji, the little... Man, listen. How you feeling, though? Hit me in the chat. Shout out to the chat. Everything that makes this show successful is centered on the people that show up. I'm not just talking to dead air. I mean, there's nobody back. It's just me, right? But right here is what makes the show. Shout out my man Deuce, 3102. We live from the Kitchen on Championship Sunday. He's talking fantasy. Shout out to Deuce, making the fantasy championship. And to everybody. Started from the bottom. Now you're here in the fantasy championship. Shout out to you. There is no... You know how I like to start. You know how I like to start. No Thursday night football. No Saturday special. No Tuesday COVID special. It's just games. It's just today. It's just you and me on the most important day of the NFL week. I will get into the game picks. However, I first want to begin with some quick ones. Quick ones. Shout out, man. People come through heavy. I appreciate today. First things first, rest in peace to Hall of Fame coach John Madden, who died on December 28th. John Madden. Commissioner Goodell said John Madden is football. This was the voice of my childhood right here. I learned football in the early 90s listening to John and Pat Summerall calling NFL games, a lot of Cowboys games on Fox. Though he's got the second best winning percentage as a coach in NFL history, bet you didn't know that, Raiders coach 10 years, he may best be known for the video game and the energy as a broadcaster, like I was telling you. He's earned 16 sports Emmys as a broadcaster for various major networks. Johnny Pinnell quoting me before the show's even over. Under the weather but above the ground, feeling blessed and happy to be here with you. Secondly, a quick rest in peace to the great NFL coach, super underappreciated Dan Reeves. That's him in the red right there. Reeves was a Super Bowl winning player for the Cowboys, a Super Bowl winning assistant coach for the Cowboys, but as a head coach was a guy that was known for just not being able to win the big one. However, went to 3 Super Bowls in 4 years. Respect. With John Elway's Broncos, and then went again with the Dirty Birds of Atlanta, where he actually lost, ironically, to John Elway and the Broncos. Heartfelt, sincere prayers to everybody dealing and coping with this loss. The NFL family is hit really hard already. The year's just begun. My man in blue here, Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz. Put some respect on my man's name. He only completed 5 passes in that W versus the Patriots. I get that. But with all this attention on Jonathan Taylor, you'd think that he's carrying the team. If you're watching these games, it's not all Jonathan Taylor. It's not all the defense that's creating all these turnovers. Heads up, pay attention. He's not a liability. He was an MVP candidate 4 seasons ago. And this season, right here, right now, 25 touchdowns to 6 INTs. This guy's more than a game manager. He's making the throws, and you see it in crunch time. You've seen it last game. The Tennessee loss, week 3, not good. Under 200 yards passing. But the close loss to the Super Bowl champion Bucks, 300 yards. The close loss to the Baltimore Ravens, 400 yards. This guy's getting it done. He's not the reason they're losing. He's a big part of the reason why they're winning. And if he plays the way that he can play, if the O-line can keep him upright, listen to this stat. They've won 6 of their last 7, and in those 6 wins, he was sacked 6 times total. Through 1 interception total in those 6 wins. Keep this guy upright, and you have a fantastic duo with him and Jonathan Taylor, who also has been balling out in these 6 wins, averaging 149 on the ground. If both of these guys are hitting, it's not just the hard knocks effect. It's not just the recency effect. These guys can be very dangerous as contenders in a few weeks. Heads up. Heads up. Recognize it now before it's too late. Deuce 3102. Lamar Jackson has an MVP stamped game today. I mean, Lamar Jackson would need to throw for 1,000 yards, rush for 400 yards, score 12 touchdowns to no turnovers, stay healthy, get some Pepto in before the game. And still, when we step back and look at the numbers for the year, we'd say, whoa, what a game. But, it's not adding up, which is what happened in his career game earlier this season. Whoa, what a game. But it's not adding up this year. It's not his year. Give it up, Deuce. I want to talk about the Hall of Fame. Now, you're getting older when the guys in the Hall of Fame aren't dudes you grew up watching, but guys whose careers you remember from start to finish. I'm like, dang, my back hurt just saying that. Still, between 4 and 8 players will be chosen and announced February 10th. A topic each year is the log jam at wide receiver. You see Torrey Holt right there. That's my prediction to go in this year. The semifinalists this year include Anquan Bolden, Torrey Holt, Andre Johnson, Steve Smith, Hines Ward, and Reggie Wayne. The finalists from that group, Holt, Wayne, Andre Johnson, who's in his first year eligibility, just those 3 guys. No Steve Smith. Until a guy comes along and blows the other ones out of the water like Calvin Johnson did last year, you got to get in line. So I don't see Andre Johnson jumping any of the guys that I just listed, even though he's a finalist. I think it's Torrey Holt's turn. I know he was on The Greatest Show on Turf, so it's like he's a part of a conglomerate. So what really did he do alone? Let me tell you what he did alone. When he retired, he was a Super Bowl champion, 7-time Pro Bowler, with an NFL record 6 straight seasons of 1,300 yards receiving. Never been done before. And he was the fastest receiver to 10,000 and 11,000 receiving yards. What more do you want? What more do you want from me? Torrey Holt. If they let another receiver in, it's Reggie Wayne, who also has the ring that Andre Johnson does not have. Therefore, we go with the guy, if they get 2 receivers this year, it's the guy who retired with 6 Pro Bowls, 10th in catches, 10th in receiving yards all time. So chat, let me know if I'm bugging, if Andre Johnson is better than these 2 guys and more deserving to go to the Hall of Fame, or Steve Smith. Is Steve Smith better than Andre Johnson? Why wasn't Steve Smith a finalist? Chat, what's up, man? King LC says, nah, Torrey was a monster. And he's right. Real Paul Cortez, shout out, Muddle Huddle, subscribe. He says, give Torrey a jacket, for real. Another comment, we know rings don't matter for receivers' case for the Hall of Fame. I agree with that because the Hall is such a numbers-based situation. It's like all the other accolades. Winning is a coach and a quarterback stat. So you need the receiving yards, you need the catches. Like, did you get 1,000 catches? Did you get 10,000 receiving yards in your career, right? But when it comes down to this logjam I'm talking about and you need some tiebreaker characteristics, this is the biggest one that's going to get you there. If you got a guy with 10,000 receiving yards and has 3 rings, I'm pretty sure he's going to get in over the guy who's got 12,000 and no ring. That's just me. That's just me. That's just me. Oh, Johnny Pinell with the narratives because wide receivers don't equate to wins. I just said it's a coaching quarterback stat. Andre Johnson is better than Reggie Wayne and Steve Smith. Okay. Definitely underappreciated. Real perfect one. Reggie Wayne better than Andre Johnson. Let's talk about it. Let's keep with the Hall of Fame. Because I got a little either or. We do a little either or, right? Oh, the merch? Yeah, he's still hitting, man. Still the season of shorts. Still legs brought to you by the Peloton. Still the facial hair brought to you by my mom's side of the family. Still the man bun brought to you by Patience. Still the glow up brought to you by God himself. Shout out to me for being here today. Shout out to you for being here with me today. I got an either or. It's the Hall of Fame edition. Just a little bit of fun. I'm not trying to make anybody mad. Not trying to make anybody mad. There's that Lombardi for player B. All right, listen to me. Both of these gentlemen played in the same era. So we're not doing that game. When one guy was better, it was a different era. These guys played at the same time. They played about the same number of seasons. They both were 3-time All-Pro, and both were on the All-2000s team. Player B's numbers are crazy. They're crazy. I'll tell you what, though. Player A is in the Hall of Fame. Player B is not. I guess it's not all numbers, but I'm just telling you right now, the name recognition of Player A, is it got a little more clout than player B. Is that it? I don't know. Interceptions not far off. Player B got the tackles on lock. Both of these are cornerbacks, by the way. Player B got sacks. Ball hawk. Scored when he got the ball in his hands. I'm saying. Any guesses of who these guys are? I'm going to let you know right now. Leroy Butler. Leroy Butler, though, waiting to get in the Hall of Fame. That's a good guess for player B. Both cornerbacks, though. Y'all ready? Don't be mad. Please don't be mad. Player A, Champ Bailey. Brother of Boss Bailey. That's real, by the way. Hey, King LC had it. Champ Bailey, player A. Player B, Rondé Barber. I have no call to action. I have no line. I have nothing to tie this up nicely. I'm just letting you know. I'm just putting it right here. That's all. I'm not saying anybody's better than anybody else. I'm saying player A is in the Hall of Fame. Player B is not. He's still waiting. Finalist. He's a finalist. That's it. I'm not mad. Yeah, real Paul Cortez. Ronnie deserves in. Yo, real perfect one said player B was Jason Sehorn. Yo. Jason Sehorn was nice. He had an era. All right, let's get to the game picks. Let's pick some games. Let's make some people mad. Shout out to Ralphie. Ralph Wiggum, what up? All right, the Eagles will fly down to D.C. for a divisional matchup against a team who stepped aside and let opponents average 508 yards per game and 41.5 points per game in the last 2 weeks. Phillies won 3 straight. It's going to be 4 today. All right. Del Frio, what up? Panthers. Saints. Who dat? Who cares? Who plays quarterback for either of these two teams? I don't know. I'm going Panthers because I'm sick of Cam Newton's depressing post-game, introspective, third-person soliloquies. I can't do it anymore. Can this guy win a game, please? He started with, I'm back! I'm back! Now he's sad talking about, just because you have a Cam Newton on your team doesn't mean that you're just going to win all these games. Just because you have a Cam Newton on your team, there's more guys. I know I said I was a team guy, and then I put out a video about me coming back, and then we lost, so now it's a team thing again. I need people to speak up for me. It's the team. I can't just be me. I mean, yeah, I call myself Superman, but I mean, I'm just thinking about if I have anything left in the tank. After his last loss against the Bucks, he's out there giving a retirement speech, naming all the guys, all his OGs on the Panthers. These are the guys that taught me how to keep pounding. Thomas Davis, Luke Kuechly, KK Short. Yo, come on, man. Get this guy a win. I can't do it anymore. I don't even like him, and I feel bad. I feel terrible. All right. Speaking of the Bucks are at the Jets. 11-4 Bucks fly up to see the 4-11 Jets. It's not as simple as you think. Jamel Dean, Sean Murphy Bunting, starting quarters for the Bucks, out with COVID, right? But now they're good to go. Get them on the private jet and get them to the game ASAP. Hey, coach, the pilot has COVID. This is a true story. They had to find a new pilot this morning to get these two corners to the game. They're going to make it 2 hours before kickoff. Mike Evans also off the COVID list. He will be playing, but he's dealing with a hamstring injury, so he's going to be limited. However, look for him to get monster targets early and often because he needs 101 yards to get 1,000. To extend his record to 8 consecutive seasons to begin a career with 1,000 yards receiving. Arians was wide open about it last year, about we got to get this guy this record. And I think they're going to do it again. That's just a heads up. Dolphins at the Titans, another good game right here. The Dolphins are playing a good Tennessee team, but have allowed only 11 points per game since week 9 and have won 7 in a row. We know about this. It's 2 a time until somebody proves otherwise. I'm just going to keep picking the Dolphins. That sounds crazy. I'm going to keep doing it until I'm wrong. Period. Jaguars at the Pats. Nationally, we felt bad for Trevor Lawrence because of the situation. No urban joke this week. But we haven't really watched him. We haven't seen enough of the games. We just know he's a good prospect. Here's his chance. He's going to go head-to-head with the quarterback, the rookie, who we've kind of crowned as the guy, right? And let's see what he could do. Mac Jones and the Patriots will win this game, but I think Lawrence takes some lumps, takes a step forward, takes what he's learned in this game today against a solid defense and the best coach of all time, and applies it to next year. I think this is a big game, an important game for this guy, and I think we're going to see what he's got. Raiders at the Colts. I keep believing in the Raiders. I keep doing it. And even though they won the last 2, the defense has been dominant in the last 2. Overall in the season, I'm so disappointed by these guys. And I just feel let down. Like, I'm believing in these guys. So I got to give up in the old silver and black. And it's easier to do because they play the Colts, who I really believe in. You heard all the Carson talk. Jonathan Taylor is going to rush for 100 plus. Carson Wentz is going to ball out and not get any respect. And Indy's going to win this one. Chiefs at the Bengals. What? Y'all heard what they were saying about Joe Burrow this week? Real Paul Cortez says, when do we start fitting Mike Evans for a gold jacket? I'll save that for the end. If we got some time, I'll talk about it. But right now, we got some things to talk about. Joe Burrow went nuts last week. Franchise record shattering 525 through the air, 4 touchdowns, no picks. And it's like, we're not even going to compare him to Mahomes. He's like peak Brady, eye level. I like Joey B and I like this team. But the Chiefs are coming to town. They're going to kick the door down. The slump is over. The little win streak for Kansas City wasn't cute. This is who they are. They're back. And they're going to be in the Super Bowl. This is the class of the conference. And they're going to show Cincy what's up today. Giants at the Bears. Both these teams are in the bottom 5 in points per game this season. So if you're looking for fireworks, this game is more like the little poppers that you buy from the ice cream man. Did anyone know that Saquon Barkley played 11 games this season? I thought he was on the couch with Christian McCaffrey. He's played in 11 games this season, averaged 70 rushing yards or less in each of those 11 games. Bears. The Bears. Falcons at the Bills. Atlanta's 7-8, but you think they're 5-10. Right? They're only 2 wins behind Buffalo, but there's a much larger gap in talent. This is going to be the ugliest game of the day. Cardinals at the Cowboys. What negative things can I say about the Cowboys? So I'll just stay with the positive of the Cardinals. They have their number. The Cardinals have won 5 of the last 6 against Dallas. Arizona's 3-5 in the last 8. I get that, but now it's for real. It's crunch time. Kyler Murray knows that. This team knows that. J.J. Watt is somewhere whining, and he knows that too. These next 2 games for them mean the difference of winning in the division and having a home playoff game or being on the road. So heads up, these next 2 weeks for Arizona. Texans at the Niners. Davis Mills is a good young quarterback who I believe in, and the Niners can't guard in the secondary. According to Pro Football Focus, 12 cornerbacks in the league this year have allowed over 120 passer rating this year. 12. 3 of them are on the Niners. Davis Mills is going to throw for 300. Trey Lance is getting the start, it looks like, today. Maybe he's got some juice, but I'm sticking with Houston. H-Town. Broncos at the Chargers, 7-8 versus 8-7. My man Herbert got this. Broncos ain't for real, but they're hanging around. Rams at the Ravens. Since week 13, the Rams defense is seriously tightened up in a way they weren't earlier in the season. Lamar Jackson is not at 100%. Is he playing today? Chat, let me know. What have you heard? Still dealing with the ankle. They're outside the frame right now, the playoff pitcher. OBJ is hooping right now. Matthew Stafford, though, listen to this, is 1-20. 1 win, 20 losses in his career versus teams that have entered the game with more than 8 wins. What that means to me, though, is that the Lions can't beat good teams at the end of the year. When Matt Stafford joined this team, they were automatically contenders, so keep the same energy. Nothing has changed. Rams. Lions at the Seahawks. We got a bad team traveling to Seattle in January. That's an L. Sunday Night Football, Vikings. I would love for them to beat the Packers, but there's no Kirk Cousins, and it's in Green Bay at night. At the end of the season, does Green Bay lose these games? Have they ever lost one of these games in this situation? And Monday night, last time these 2 teams played, I was high on Cleveland. But I got spooked. It was Halloween. And the Steelers won this game. So I'm going to go with them. Big Ben's last home game. I got the Steelers. That's just me. That's just me. That's just me. Del Frio said, nope, Packers don't lose these games. I know what time it is, but I'm going to hold off for this trivia again. I got some Jamar Chase trivia. I'm going to hold off again. All right, real quick. We start fitting Mike Evans for a Hall of Fame jacket a few ballots after he's eligible. He's not a first ballot Hall of Fame guy. He's not appreciated in this group. He's not at the top of this group when Davante Adams and Hopkins retire. But the great thing about the Hall of Fame that's really going to help him out is as play continues, you're going to have a guy like Justin Jefferson who's chasing his consecutive 1,000-yard streak to start a career. You're going to have guys who are trying to score as many touchdowns as he has since he entered the league in 2013, 2014. He's got more than all these guys I just mentioned. So when you start like appreciating the numbers when he's not playing anymore, it's like, oh shoot, this isn't a guy who's a fringe Hall of Famer. This was actually a pretty dominant guy, and not just in the red zone, and not just on deep routes. He's not a jump ball guy. Oh man, he did it consistently every year, okay, and he did it with a bunch of guys on his team with a big target share. This guy's actually pretty good. We're gonna appreciate him when it's over. So he's gonna wait a couple ballots, but he'll get in, and he's got the ring. He's gonna get in. All right. 5-minute warning. All right. Happy New Year, man. Happy New Year, man. Make sure you get your pizza situated. Make sure you get your wings situated. The drummies or the flats, I don't even care. Make sure it's the New Year, so get your juicer situated. We're all on that. We're all on it. It's the first week of January, right? Use these last few minutes to set your fantasy lineup. Shout out again to anybody in the fantasy championship this week. Good luck to you. Don't forget to submit your picks to the DR Weekly Pick'em. Check out our story. Make your picks and tag us. Make sure you tag us. And if you call more winners than we do, you win a prize. My man, Real Paul Cortez, went perfect, 7 for 7. So you got to come see him. He wears the crown this week. Some words about 2022 as we close out. Short show. They want me to do an hour. They want me to do an hour. Some words about 2022. I want to follow up. So kind of what I was saying last week. We get in trouble when we look big picture and we say it's January, whatever. But by December 31st, I want to do this. I want to lose 20 pounds. And then Valentine's Day comes and you eat a whole box of chocolate. Because that's what you do on Valentine's Day. And then it's somebody's birthday, you have 2 pieces of cake. And then you have a mental health situation and you haven't done any cardio for 2 weeks. And then you step back already and you say, it's only March and I failed. So I'm going to just do me and hope that things go well and December comes and then we do this year after year. So much time is wasted. So you have to limit your scope. You have to zoom in. And instead of looking at a year with your goal, look at a day with your goal. You want to lose 20 pounds? Can I get a calorie deficit? Instead of 2,000 calories, can I eat 1,500 today? Can I get 64 ounces of water today? Can I be active for 30 minutes today? And can I practice some mindfulness for 15 minutes today? Can you do 4 things every day? And don't step back. You stay right there. You stay locked in. And then tomorrow, can I drink the water? Can I be active? Can I eat a little bit less and eat the right stuff and be mindful? Every day. You're not coming at it with the goal of building a wall. You're stacking bricks. It's not the same thing. Stack those bricks. And then in December, you can step back. And the good thing about stacking bricks is if a day goes by where you haven't gotten it done, there's another day to catch up. If your goal is a wall, when you step back, it's too late. You cannot redo 2022. So now it's a year trying to do a do-over with the same goal you had since 2015. Brick by brick, you got this. I got this. Juice Life, what up? New year, new you, so go and be great. Tomorrow, be lazy today. Enjoy the self-care Sunday, NFL. Catch me back here next week and every week of the NFL season for Designated Report. I'm Jay, and this was the warm-up. Mike Evans is better than Davante Adams. Peace.